I am in Greece, and normally it works very well, even better than in Germany, but not today. I don't know why. I had trouble the whole day, but let's hope that I fix it now. So, yeah. Um, Let me know if you can see and hear me. Just say hi if you jump on. Now I see it's working. Oh, fine. Perfect. So, I said that I would be talking about some things from the checklist. So, I think that most of you are familiar with the checklist. If not, you can go to the guides section in this group, and there you will find a PDF file, which is the checklist on the 15 steps to attract the right clients and to get fully booked. And you also find an accompanying video where I go through all the 15 steps and explain everything. So, I already said in that video that all these 15 steps work together in order to achieve really good results. And there are some steps that are, well, I wouldn't say more important than the others, but there are two in particular where I got a lot of questions, and I want to clarify this here in case you also have questions. Um, Talking about questions, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I will get back to it at the end of the live stream. And well, the first point from the checklist I would like to talk about is standing out. So there are many people, or I would even say it's probably the most frequently asked question that I get from people that ask me is like, how do I stand out? And there is no short answer to this because if there were, it wouldn't be the most frequently asked question. So the thing is that you can't stand out with only one thing. There is just not one offer or one technique or one skill or one editing style or one particular thing that you offer that makes you stand out. Standing out is a combination of many, many things. And you can see it, maybe this makes it a little bit more transparent, maybe a little bit more clear. You can see it as the soul of your business. It's the thing that breathes the life into your business and it makes it something vivid and something tangible. So, standing out is a whole experience the customer has with you from the very, very first initial contact until the end. And the end is not delivering the photos. It's about building a strong connection and turning your customers into fans. And if you do it right, there is no end with your customer, like ever. So, that brings up the question, why is it important to stand out? There are two things. If a person doesn't know you, it judges you based on two things, and that is first your work and your personality. And let's say this person's first contact with you is not personal. He or she, it doesn't matter, can judge your personality only from what they see online, from what they see in your social media, from what they find on your website, or other sources that are available to them in the internet, or maybe brochures or whatever, if you have a studio or like a walk-in whatever site. So maybe they have a call with you and they get a little feeling about you when they talk to you, and they can ask questions, and they get to know you like a little bit. And this is already better than just seeing you online. And they will decide if they like you or not. And that is why it is so important to show yourself and to have also your Instagram bio say what you do, to show yourself and your personality in stories and in reels and in your feed also. People want to know who they book with. They want to know the person behind the lens, and they want to know if they vibe with you or not, which is a completely normal thing. We are human beings. We all are like that. And if you would be looking for a photographer for a very important event for you, something, I don't know, maybe you need business photos or your wedding or your first child or whatever it is important to you to have those pictures, and you do your research. You don't blindfold yourself and just type in the Google search, I need a photographer, and then you're just like, I take this one. This is not what you do. So you do your research, you Google them, you track them down on Instagram or on Facebook, and you try to get as many and as much information that you can possibly get on that person, and you try to see if it is a match for you or not, and you try to get a feeling for that person. And this is, as I said, it's a completely normal thing that we do. But I also know that many photographers have, well, I wouldn't say a problem, but they are not very comfortable in getting in front of the lens, for change, themselves, and to show themselves off on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever medium you use, or Facebook or whatever. And I remember about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, maybe, yeah, I would think so, 10 years ago, I was a guest speaker in another Facebook group every 2 weeks. And I remember my very, very first live stream, I was freaking out because I thought it's like, oh my God, like my hair is not right. And I don't know, I look pale and I'm fat and I'm puffy and I have red eyes and whatever it is. It was completely just bullshit I was telling myself in my head, and it had nothing to do with reality. But anyway, so I know many, many photographers. There are many people also in my coaching that say, but I rather prefer not to show myself in my Instagram. And I understand that because, as I said, I was the same a long time ago. And when I started my Instagram for my photography business, I completely focused on the pictures I took and on my work and to showcase my work. Until one day, there was one other photographer, and he sent me a private message on Instagram, and he said, Vivian, I see that you have really great pictures and you have really, really good work. And I see that your Instagram account is growing, but it's growing slowly. And if I have one advice for you, show yourself. It's like people want to know who is behind the account. People want to know who you are, especially if customers are looking into your Instagram. They want to see a face. They want to know who is that person. Is I don't know. Do I feel attracted to that person? Do I want to book with this person or not? And if they don't find anything, yes, of course you can say, well, I have my website, I have an about me section, and there they see my face. But people are lazy and people don't want to click through the whole internet to find your face. So make it easy for them. Show yourself on Instagram, show yourself in stories, show yourself in reels, and just, like from time to time, post a picture of yourself and let them know who they are. And if new customers or prospects come to your Instagram account, that they see, that they find you in your feed, that they see who you are. And at first I thought, well, yeah, I don't know, maybe not that important, as he says. And, I show my face on my website and they can find me there. And then I thought, well, maybe he's right, and I just give it a try. And I started to post pictures of myself in my feed. Um, I started to share some reels, and I did some stories with myself, showing myself, sharing some behind the scenes stuff, and yeah, things like that. And it was a complete game changer. I got so much engagement in my account, so many people commenting, so many people sending me messages. And also when I talk to prospects and they ask me about my Instagram account and whatever, or they reach out to me, I always get the feedbacks like, well, yeah, like I really like that reel that you posted, and yeah, and I saw your pictures, and that's really nice. And I only 100% got really, really good feedback from everyone. So it is really important that you show your face on Instagram, and not just, I'm talking about Instagram, but what I mean is social media. It doesn't matter if it's Instagram, it's Facebook, if it's TikTok, whatever medium you use, or also LinkedIn. Make sure that you show yourself, that people get a feeling for you, because it is the internet, it is the time we're living in. And people, maybe you heard this quote probably, that it just takes, I don't know, I think it's 3 seconds for people to judge you, and as a first impression. So make sure your first impression is a really good one, and that people find you, and that people see you, and that they, yeah, get a good vibe with you. So this is really important. And it's also important to share from time to time something about your private life. If it's behind the scenes at work, or if it's I don't know, maybe you have a pet, a dog or cat or whatever, and you share just something with them. It's always good to share something. It doesn't have to be your super intimate private life, of course not. And I always say only share what you are comfortable sharing with. But I'm just saying it is important, because people are curious, people are humans, humans are curious about other humans and what we're doing. So it's normal, it's natural, and yeah, I can only recommend this, that you get comfortable being from time to time also in front of the lens. And even if you think like, I have a bad hair day today, or I really didn't sleep at all, and I have really bad eye bags and shadows under my eyes, whatever. But it doesn't matter. People don't care. Really, people don't care. And I also learned that I care myself. I care a lot more about these things, and people don't even notice. So yeah, that's my number one advice. And so coming back to standing out, is also, this is a part of standing out. So don't get me wrong. All this thing is, if you look at your competition, look at their Instagram accounts, and of course you find the work, but how much do you really find of your competitors sharing things about themselves? How much personality do you find in their Instagram accounts? How much personality do you find on their websites? I have seen many photographers' websites where they have an about section, and they don't even share one single picture of themselves. I've seen that. And I think it's not the right thing to do, because the about section is about you. It is about your work, but this section is about you as a person. Why are you doing what you're doing? And about your personality, and to share something about you, because people want to know. So don't do this mistake, just because you don't feel comfortable, or you say, well, I don't have a decent picture, whatever. You're a photographer, you can take a picture even of yourself. So so I have to laugh about that, because I remember that I had this excuse also, like when, like almost 20 years ago, I think. So maybe 15, whatever. But no, it's not an excuse. So you will have a picture, you will find a picture and use it. And as I said, look at your competitors' Instagram accounts, look how much personality they show, and you can always do it better. Think of a way to do it better. And this is a big part of standing out. Sharing something about you, sharing something about your life, sharing yourself, your personality with people. It is very, very, very important. And I used to say that you cannot define how to stand out by just thinking about it for 3 minutes. It is a whole concept. It's a strategy that needs thorough and deep thought and something that goes back to your very, very core, to your essence, to being brutally honest also with yourself and with your goals. It's like, where do you want to go? Where do you want your business to go in the future? And all this comes in the very beginning before you even think about, okay, so how do I differentiate myself? This should be your first thoughts. And I have those 4 pillars in my coaching system. And this is clarity, structure, strategy, and mindset. And all this together gets you to a clear concept of how to stand out and how to get a fully booked calendar as a consequence. So I like that consequence of a fully booked calendar, by the way. So, but it's not only that. I don't want you to get just any clients when you are thinking about how standing out, when you're building your whole concept, when you are building a sustainable business. I don't want you to just attract clients and bookings for the sake of being booked, because in the long run this will not make you happy. I want you to build a sustainable business with the right clients. And with the right clients, I mean clients that value your work and that value your services and that value you as a person. People that are happy to pay you. We all want these kinds of customers. We don't want people that don't value our work, that are questioning our prices, that say, well, why are you so expensive? You're just clicking a button. I don't know how many times I've heard that. And a few days ago, I posted a meme about this. So I think that sums it up quite nice. But these are not the clients that we want. We want clients that are really happily paying us. And even if you charge more than your competition, because you give them far more value than other photographers, because you are standing out and you are making things differently. And this is also the reason why I only work one-on-one with people in my coaching, because every photography business is completely different, and there is no formula that is set in stone where I can say, well, you have to do exactly this and exactly that and exactly this, and then you do this, and it's working for all of the photographers in the world. No, it's not, because everyone is completely different and every business is different, and you're in a different niche and you're working with different people and you like different people. So, and you want to work with different people than, I don't know, your competitor or whatever. So it is a completely unique thing for every photography business. And sometimes it also requires to reset your business, how you run it today, and do things differently. And when I say that you need to attract the right clients in your business, it also goes for me. So, of course, also for my photography business, but also for my coaching business, for what I do here. And I only work with people and accept those that are also really ready to put in the work. and that are action takers and willing to question the status quo. And I cannot help those that just want to hear how well they are doing and that it's all the bad and evil customers that just don't want to book with them. And they always find an excuse why things are not working. No. Also me, when I started and even also now in my business, there are some things that I want to change, or there are some things that I'm not happy with, and I find a lot of reasons and excuses why things maybe are not working out. But in the end, it all comes back to me. In the end, it all comes back to my willingness to put in the work, to see things differently, and to do things differently. And sometimes you have to forget what you were doing so far and be willing to set up your whole business completely new, because as you saw, things weren't working out before. So there is something that you have to do in another way, in a different way, in a better way. And some people are like, what? I don't know if I told this story before, but when I was really at the beginning with my photography business, before I niched down to architecture, and to yacht photography and hotel photography. Before that, I was doing a lot of couples shot, a lot of proposals and things like that, and also business headshots. And when I decided I don't want to do that anymore and I want to go like completely 100% only in architecture and yacht photography, I deleted my whole Instagram account. It's like all the pictures that were in there, like headshots and business photos and proposals and all this stuff, I completely deleted it. I took all the pictures I took out and I just put in my work that I do now. Some landscapes and other stuff, landscapes and architecture and all this. But I completely deleted all the people that were in there because I didn't want to be perceived as a person that does everything, photographer that does everything, and I didn't want to make people think that I am still shooting people. So I completely deleted it. And I know that people are afraid, and this is also something that's holding them back when they say, well, but now I have, I don't know, 100 posts on my Instagram account and it is all in this picture style, or it is just in this niche and is just showing that. And how can I change now to do it completely different because I changed my business? And you don't have to be afraid of that because you already have your base of followers, and you don't have to make a big deal out of it. Because as I said in the beginning, when I was talking about the live stream and that when I was starting out and helping out in the other live stream, I was worried about, I don't know, my hair or whatever. And people don't pay such close attention to you, and there will be people that don't even notice that you are changing your style, or that you are changing your business, or that you are changing your Instagram account. So you don't have to be afraid of this, and it is necessary for your work, it is necessary for your success to do that. If you are doing a makeover, a complete makeover of your business, it is necessary to do that. And as I said, I need action takers. I need people that are willing to put in the effort, that are willing to do the work, and that are not afraid also to change their ways of working and also their ways of thinking. So let me know if there are questions so far. Let me check. Don't see anything again. Okay, no. So, yeah, standing out. Well, as I said, it is a process, it is a whole concept that cannot be answered in one thing that you have to do. I could not tell you you have to do this one thing and then you are standing out. I can tell you what doesn't make you stand out, and that is a low price, and it is a preset of another photographer that you are just putting on your pictures. I talked about presets in the last live stream last week, 7th of February. So feel free to watch that. It's still here in the group. And this is, I said some important things about presets. So if you're interested in that, go back to that live stream and yeah, try to find your answers regarding presets. I think it's quite clear what I said. Yeah, so this does not make you stand out. And for standing out, it is a concept, and start with a checklist. Make sure that all the 15 steps are in place, and all of this has to work together in order to really work out. So it's not enough if you just pick one or two or three steps and the rest you say, it's not relevant for me. It is. Believe me. So yeah, I don't see any questions, but also I don't see much at all. Like, I still couldn't figure out why I don't see comments and why I don't see viewers. I don't see anything basically. But well, let me check on my phone if there are questions. Okay, I don't see questions. All right. So, okay, for tonight, then that's it. And yeah, I will see you next week. Bye bye.